what is hue? The color. That's simple. That's simple. It's just that. You cannot get lost. Just that. Do you see this? The colors? Red is a hue. Green is a hue. Yellow is a hue. All of them. All of these ones. This bar, do you see this bar? All of them are hues. Do you see they don't have a variation of like darkness or light? They're like a strong color that kills your eyes. This is a hue! This is a hue! And I'm going back to hue after I explain saturation. Is that color but going to gray or not? Psh, everybody knows it, right? Right, fellas? Right? It's just like you're picking that beautiful color, picking here the sponge that just desaturate. And little by little, 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 little by little. And just go and take out the saturation. Let me do it in a better way. Faster. Here. Yeah. I took off the saturation. Do you see it? Full saturation, out of saturation. Let me show you with a gradient. It makes things even more simple. Here. Yeah, now you can see. This hue is equal to this value of gray. Oh, Gibbs, you're already talking about values? Yes, because everything is correlated, you know? I'm not going to talk about values right now, but to see how everything is connected, everything. But you're like, okay, Gibbs, how am I going to use it? That's a great question, champ. That's a great question. Remember balance? We need balance. If you want to have a really cool scene, a scene that brings attention, you're gonna have all its surroundings with low saturation, and the point that you really want people looking at it, you're just going to make the strongest saturation that you can, because you want the eyes to just look at it. Here, this is the excellent example. I took out the saturation around, not totally, but I took a lot of the saturation out. And I made it really, really saturated on the middle. Why? I wanted you to look at the middle. I really wanted you to look at the middle. I did this on purpose. I'm like, yo, I want you to look there, right there. So you are going to look right there, okay? So while you are drawing, think, where is the point that I want everybody to look at it? How can I make everybody look at it? Should I make it more saturated, or it's already too much saturated? This is one of the problems that people get. Oh yeah, let me show you right now. People sometimes forget, their eyes just get like the habit of seeing the strong colors, so they're like, no, it's fine. Like this, that you're seeing people be like, no, it's fine, it's not burning my eyes, it's fine. So you need to go back to taking out the saturation, because our eyes can just be like, oh, I'm fine with a lot of saturation, since you have been too many hours looking at it. So this is good for you to sometimes just look at your own artwork at black and white, or just take just a little bit of the saturation just to be sure that you are making everything fine. Because your eyes can just adapt so fast, but so fast. Okay, how you are going to apply the colors? I'm going to show you with this beautiful website from Adobe, color.adobe.com. Okay, I'm going to show all the schemes and how they work on real artwork, not like, oh, this exists. Let's go to the first one, Analogous. You're going to show colors that are close to each other. When you are going to use the type of scheme, when you want to pass some kind of ambient light, and ambient light is going to take care of everything around it. We're going to see some colors that are not like this purple right here. The purple is the main one here, but you're going to see like a bit of red. You can see still this. I'm going to show an example right now. Here, this is an analogous scheme. Okay, but isn't this monochromatic? No. Do you see this red right here? Do you see this red? I know this is a small red. If you take out these guys, if you just take out, yeah, it's going to be monochromatic, but it's not. You got these guys right here. You got this brown, you got this yellow. This is an analogous, but really close analogous. You don't need to be like, oh, but this one is too close to this one. You just want to understand what the feeling of the image. This one is passing like a more relaxed time that they are going to have a meeting. You can see this by the scene. Nobody's like, oh no, I'm in such a hurry, oh no. No, it's a more relaxed time. Remember golden time? When the sun is setting down? Sunset? Yeah, this is the type of thing that you want to pass. Relaxation, just time to think. Reflection. Reflective time. Do you see how beautiful this is? This is an analogous scheme. You want to pass an ambient light. That's when you're going to use analogous. This is really good if you want to show how professional you are, because not a lot of people do this. And now I'm going to explain monochromatic. In analogous, we have different hues. In monochromatic, you are just going to have one single hue, okay? One color. Do you see this? One color, and it can be lighter or darker. Here. This is a monochromatic scheme. It only uses one color. And even if you go to this one that you think that is yellow, it's blue. It's still blue. This is how colors can just be like, oh, I trolled you. This is a monochromatic scheme. What does it want to pass? Emotions again. But different from analogous. Let me show you here. This one passes emotions, but it gives you to that relaxation, you know, or the despair, depending on the color that you choose. Who knows? But this one, for an example, only using the blues, really pass the sadness, or like faith. In this case, I don't see much faith. I really see this character as sad. Like me, have never seen this. I see this character is like no expression, like, yeah, bro. Why? Monochromatic schemes can help you to pass that emotion of even more stronger. This one is the one that I most like to use. I love it because it's all about contrast between hues. I say colors, you can say hues or colors. Nobody cares if your result is good. If your result is good, it's just fine, okay? So right now, why complementary colors exist and they're so well together? Oh my eyes, they hurt! Because they're the complete opposite. One cancels each other. One's like, I'm the total opposite of you. Huh, I'm the total opposite of you too. Okay, I'm going to tell you some examples that we see every day about complementary. Do you like Christmas? I don't know, but Christmas is a complementary color. Yes, they thought about it while doing Christmas preparation. Why Santa Claus is red? Why the tree is green? The tree is green. Why they choose Santa to be red? It's complementary. Another example that goes well together. Yellow and blue, or orange and blue. Yellow and blue, orange and blue, or purple and yellow. Purple, yellow, green, and purple going to pink. And I want to show you, champs, this example right here. Green with pink. Have you watched that movie Spirited Away? I hope you have. Watch it and enjoy it. Because I have. And I love that movie. Are you looking at this? This is a complementary scheme. You're just going to look at the girl. You're going to be like, oh! And it's not only because it's a complementary scheme. It's all about the amount of color that you put there. Like, you're not only going to put on the same level the amount of green and the amount of pink. No. If you put like the strongest color, less, and just the weakest one, a lot, is going to create even a bigger contrast. That's what is happening here. Do you see this? Just a little of pink and a lot of green. A lot of green. A lot of green. The split and the double split one. It's not complex, please. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. It's simple to understand, okay? With the complementary colors, you can just think, oh yeah, one of them is going to get a bit of the variations close to it. It's simple. You don't need to decorate. Remember that they are like, oh no, it's going to be like in Y, one part, and the opposite is going to be two parts. No, you just need to understand, okay, one strong color and the opposite is going to be like a variation, just this. And there's the double split. You're just like, oh yeah, variations to variations, just this. Just this, okay? No complications. I would even say this is a complementary split. This is a complementary colors. Can you see it? Why? One warm color, the orange, and two cool colors, the sky and the grass. And this one, now I can show this one. Here, you guys can see blue, you guys can see green, you guys can see red, and you guys can see orange. Oh, Gaps, where the frick does it go? Where? Well, I told you, champs, you see blue, that you see green, that you see red, and that you see yellow. Here, it's here. It's a complementary. Okay, these ones, I really don't, you guys don't need to know this. I don't even, it's like colors that you figure that's cool together. Oh yeah, that they close together. It's complementary and you just go and close with them. Use all the variations between these complementary colors. Like here, this is what I did. You could say that my JoJo artwork, fan art, is a compound too. Okay, let's go to Triad. Triad is normally used to attract kids! Yay! Kiddos! Or it can be all pastel and just attract everybody. But it's normally done for kids. Why kids, Caps? Because you find that in the Lego. And you find this on Halloween. Oh, sorry, yeah, here, Halloween. That's for you, Halloween. The pumpkin color. Yeah. The pumpkin color, the witch color. Or some kind of not tasty thing. On the purple. Yeah, Halloween! Here. Here, the little witch girl. Where's the purple? Here, the purple. More purple. People love that purple. We're seeing a lot of orange. I think orange is the main color, huh? Do you think it's coincidence that they made Tanjiro's hair a bit more into the red? You can see here, it's a bit more into the red. That they made this beautiful guy yellow, and they made this one blue. Do you think it's like coincidence? It's not coincidence. It's never coincidence. They did this on purpose. They were thinking about it. You can start to see that on watching anime cartoons. They do all of that thing on purpose. Now we are going to values. The values can go to the white or to the black. Do you see this square right here? These are the values. These are the values. The values. This one is tint. Remember when I said tint? This is tint. And here, form me a triangle. No, like here. Yeah, here. Here it's shade. Here it's shade, here it's tint, okay? You don't need to remember this name. There's no need for any names to be remembered here, but need to be applied. What is the low value? I'm not going to put this on extreme, okay? But close to the extreme. This is the same blue. It's still saturated, but on low value. And this is the same color, max saturated. It is the best saturation the color can get. This is literally the best saturation this color can get with this value. So I think, oh yeah, it's just like with light, with shadow. No, 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 no. Values, they work going from the white to the black and levels of gray, right? You know it, you know it. It's simple. It's simple to know it, but to apply it's another thing, you know? That's the part when people really get like, okay, okay, okay. This is what is happening here, basically. But still using a saturated color. It's different from saturation, please understand, it's different. If I was going to pick this blue with no saturation, this is going to be like here. It's going to be here in this bar, almost. If I'm just going to take the saturation out of this thing, it's going to be like... It's just going to be like this, okay? These are the values. The values. They change. But the hue is still the same, okay? The saturation is strong in each one. The saturation is still strong, okay? So values. They are going to show which part we're going to pay more attention to their artwork, just like saturation, and which part we're not going to pay so much attention. We can tell a story with this, we can make a composition with this, and you can even tell the person what is happening in the scene. Let me show you. Oh, and another example. You can use brighter tones to make a really happy and funny time, or you can use dark tones. Dark values here to show to people that you are doing like a horror scene or a sad scene. Let me show you with the same examples that I showed you today. Here. I said a really take out saturation. It's dark. You can make some values extremely bright and others extremely dark to give contrast. People are going to look where? Of course, they're not going to look at this little spider right here and say, oh, this spider, man, this spider, no. They're not going to look at the spider, they're going to look at this girl. Because she got so much contrast. So much contrast. And I'm not only talking about contrast because everything in her is lighter. I'm talking because you can see the line art that is dark. It still calls attention. Okay, I made a line to separate cold and warm. On this side right here, you got cool colors. You see there's a little of green here? Okay, remember that. Do you see there's a little of purple here? Okay, remember that. There can be warm purple, there can be warm gray, okay? Okay, we got warm and cold colors. Okay, let's talk about yellow. Remember, you can pass energy. Like a thunder, people remember them of thunder. But you can pass to anxiety. You can pass to anxiety with this. Orange, you can remind yourself of that cool beach that you were on a trip. You can think of relax. Or you can think of fire. Or you can think of, let me see, a middle term emotion. Sunset again. Suspect. Sunset. You can think of a lot of things. Don't limitate yourself. They say, no, limitate yourself. And what do I mean by saying these things? That you can apply. Oh, you want to pass this emotion? Try to use this color. It's going to work better. I know you can do it. Food. Red. Love. Death. Blood, you know. Can remind you of terror. Can remind you of attention too, just like the other ones. Can remind you of flowers. goes again in love. Purple. Some people remind of poison, like me. Some people remind of wealth. So you can simulate this with poison, or like the villain of a movie. Or like wealth. Blue. Blue! You can simulate too with peace. Peace again. You can simulate with depression. You can assimilate it with... Do you see how opposite this is? It all depends on you, the artist, to make it happen. You are the one that is going to choose it. Let me see another one. Not wealth, but safety. 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 Green. Green, 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 green. Nature. I don't even need to say it. Nature. Some people simulate it with poison too. Some people simulate it with envy. Some people simulate it too with peace. Not pace, Gabes. Peace. Some people simulate it with radioactive. Brings happiness. Yes. And be correct. So do you know when you get that correct? That mark, you know, like, yes, done. Done. Do you know it? Yes, another meaning to red is wrong. Wrong. You can assimilate this one to neutral. Neutral. And you can assimilate this one to right. The right thing. And happiness. I'm going to make a smile here. Do you see that all of these emotions, you can always associate it with like a good or a bad thing? So when you're going to start an artwork, the sketch part is the most important part. Because while you're doing the sketch, you're not just thinking of the anatomy, you're not just thinking of the perspective, you're not just thinking of the composition, you're not just thinking of, let me see, the storytelling. You're not just thinking values that we talked. You're not just thinking of saturation. You're too thinking about the emotions.